Hello everybody. Today's video is gonna be my April wrap up. I read 6 books and I'm like really kind of surprised by it because I was sick for half the month and I didn't feel like reading anything. Like I just wanted to sleep and, maybe watch some TV. But so for like half the month I thought, oh, I'm only going to have 2 or 3 books read. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so bad. I know we're all about the numbers here. Anyway. So the good thing is I got up to 6, which is, I read, there's a couple books I was really looking forward to, and they're average. They were decent, but they weren't like, oh my gosh, wow. I'm gonna try to do this differently because I've seen other people do it this way and people apparently like it. But I tell you my least favorite to favorite, but some of these are rated the same. So, the lowest rated book was a 2-star. I don't give 1 and 2 stars very often. That's rare. Highest rated book. Sorry, I'm looking down on my notes, but anyway. Was 3.5 stars was my highest, and 2 was my lowest. So you see, a very in the middle reading month. Hopefully May will be better because there's my most anticipated release comes out on the 23rd. Anyway, okay, my lowest rated read of the month was Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and I'm gonna go, oh my gosh. I'll tell you why briefly without rambling about it, which I'm so good at. One, I'm not into Alice in Wonderland. I know it's about the Queen of Hearts, but Alice in Wonderland's just too trippy for me. 2, I don't like fairy tales. I just found that, finally figured that one out, I don't really like fairy tales all that much. I mean, in Disney movies, I like them okay, but other than that, no. And 3, I guessed why why Cass turns evil within the first few pages. I was like, yep, I know exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be stupid, and it was I write myself, so I know I could have come up with something more unique and different for the reason why she turned evil, but potatoes. I'm not saying she's a bad writer. I'm just saying fairy tales are not my thing. But what I did like about it is that if you are into Alice in Wonderland, you really get the feel of that world in this book. So if you're into it, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you read it or want to read it or whatever. I say go ahead, because if Alice in Wonderland's your cup of tea. Anyway. I would never tell anybody to go, well, I didn't like it, so you shouldn't like it either. I'm not like that, as some of you may know. That was 5 minutes of, anyway. My next, at 2.5 stars, was Frozen Tides by Morgan Rhodes, which is book 4 in her Fallen Kingdom series. Why do you keep reading this if you don't like it? Because you notice I've given all the books about 2.5 stars. I love the actual overall plot. I'm curious how it's gonna end, and the last book comes out this year. I don't like how like I've said before, certain characters were one way in book 1, all of a sudden they just all became the same kind of thing. By the second book they were all manipulative, backstabbing, self-serving idiots. Yeah. The characters had individuality in the first book, and then they just kind of went in my opinion. If you love it, cool beans, enjoy. It's a sequel, so I can't really say anything about it. Okay. Going to the next one. At 3 star, I have 2 books that were 3 stars. The first is Rise of 9 by Pittacus Lore. Yet again, library book, because I wouldn't support you know, that author now that I know more than I did when I bought the first 2 books. I didn't know about any of that when I bought those first 2 books back when they came out. I give this, like I said, 3 stars. It's alright. I love the actual storyline. I don't think any of the characters have too much depth. Rise of 9. It's the third book in the series. Not third. More of this, you know, saying they're trying to find each other and they're trying to stop the bad, you know, the Magladorians, and that's not giving away spoilers. That's just what the whole series is about. I liked it enough. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna reread it, but that's what library books are for. And my other 3-star read, was The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Gave that, like it said, you know, 3 stars. I liked parts of it, but just like with Simon, it didn't really get. It had its cute moments, but it didn't really get good until like the end of the book. I didn't like the raunchiness of it. I'm not a prude, like, at all. But I just think what they talked about and how they talked about it was like, okay, little much. And just, I mean, I liked parts of it. Parts of it were nice, but it's like, the freaking main character, she's a drama queen. She really is. It's like, I'm 17 and I'm such a late bloomer. I mean, I've had 25 crushes and I've never had a boyfriend. You're 17. You're not a late bloomer, child. She's not a late bloomer. She's a drama queen, like so many teenagers. But anyway, there's good teenagers and there's drama queens. But anyway, I'm probably going to edit this out of this part of the video. Like I said, I liked parts of it. Some of it was like, you know, it's alright. You know, it's, let me talk a little bit. People like this is, a gay read or a queer read or whatever. Her sister's gay is the thing, but she's not the main character. I liked her sister's girlfriend. She was, you know, nice, and of course their moms, you know, were together. That part was really sweet, but the main character, you know, is straight, so but it is diverse. I'm saying that, but it's just not like, that's not the main point of the book, and it's kind of portrayed that it is. So it's like, anyway, I have the last 2 books, as I voice cracked right there, are both 3.5 reads. And It's Legion by Julie Kagawa, which is the 4th book in her Talon Saga series, which is going to be 5 books. Most of it I want to give it 3 stars. Some of it I want to get 3.5. Like I say, I feel like giving books 2 ratings sometimes because not all parts are equal to me, personally. Again, this is like the 4th book in the series, so I can't say much about it. It's about dragons and dragon hunters overall. Oh, dragon shifters and dragon hunters, but anyway. I enjoyed parts I didn't. It's a sequel, so I can't say, my hands are tied, so to speak. And my other 3.5 star read was The Chosen by J.R. Ward, which is an adult vampire warrior series. This is book 15. And no, I do not know how many are going to be in the series. She won't comment. She'll say, well, as long as anybody don't get me started on the... As long as she, you know, has inspiration for the series, she'll do it. And I'm not going to put my issues about the author in this video, because that's not what this is about. Reason why I gave it 3.5 stars, when I gave the last book, like, 4 stars, or 4.5, whatever it was, is because my 2 favorite brothers, they made them act like throughout most of the book. I didn't like that. Like my 2 favorite characters, why are they making them act like this? Why? I'm not going to say who, because that would be spoilers. And they messed with like my favorite couple in this book. I mean, they made up by the end of the book, but it's like, why? I enjoyed some of it. Some of it was like I said, with the messing with the characters and the couple and everything. So that's my reading month. No, I don't have anything else to say. If you've read any of these books, let's talk. If you have any questions about these books or the series or whatever overall, just feel free to ask. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day or night wherever you are, and peace.